What's up, everybody? We are back on another episode of Tell Me. And if you followed us yesterday, we swept the slate back to back. I'm going back to back. Yeah, 2 days in a row, we swept the slate. 5 games yesterday. We crushed every single one of them. Nuggets got it done against the Pacers. The Miami Heat won. Kings plus the 5.5. They lost by one in overtime. Damian Lillard hit the game buzzer from friggin' downtown. Game winner at the buzzer. Timberwolves, they got it done. They beat the overrated Clippers as expected, and the Suns did beat the Portland Trailblazers. Real quick and easy, nice recap of yesterday. Looking to continue crushing the slate today. We got a nice long 11-game slate today on Monday. It's a money-making Monday with Matt. So let's get right into it. First game up, we got the Houston Rockets playing against the 76ers in Philadelphia this afternoon. Joel Embiid is game time decision. Melton is out. This is the fifth road game for the Rockets. And we know we don't really bet on the Rockets on the road. They're not that good. This team has already met up earlier this season in Houston, and Philly beat them by 4. Now they're going back to Philly, and we know we don't bet on the Rockets on the road. Embiid is game time decision. I would wait to see if Embiid is going to play. If Embiid is going to play, I'm good with laying the 7.5 with the Sixers. If not, it's still the 76ers money line for me today. So just wait to see if Embiid is going to play. If he is going to play, you can lay the points with the Sixers. If he isn't, I think the Sixers still win the game outright. Either way, it's the 76ers money line for me today. Next game up, we got the Pelicans playing against the Mavericks in Dallas. We saw this game a few nights ago. Luka didn't play. The big three for the Pelicans didn't play, and the Pelicans won straight up. Today, the big three is looking like they're going to play for the Pelicans. Luka is still out, and I think we're going to get the same result we got last game. So give me the Pelicans money line today. Not too much more on that. If Luka ends up playing, I probably lean towards the Mavericks, but I don't think he's going to play. So something we got to also watch until closer to game time to see if he's going to play or not. But as of now, I'm leaning towards the Pelicans, straight Pelicans money line. Next game up, we got the Orlando Magic playing in New York against the Knicks at home. No Franz Wagner still, no Wendell Carter. The Knicks, everyone seems to be playing. Jalen Brunson is game time decision. He didn't play his last game. I'm assuming he's going to play today at home where they play their best basketball. And if he does play, I'm all over the Knicks today. I don't mind the Knicks minus a 7.5 or the Knicks money line for sure. Either way, it's the Knicks for me today. Next game up, we got the worst game of the day. It's going to be the Detroit Pistons versus the Washington Wizards. I am not going to touch this game. I'm staying away from this game. But there is no Cade Cunningham for the Pistons. So we already don't bet on the Pistons, and now they're missing their best player. Bojan is also game time decision, so if he sits, definitely not betting the Pistons. These two teams met earlier this season. The Wizards blew the doors off of the Pistons earlier this season. I'm not quick to lay 5.5 with the Wizards either. I guess I'll go Wizards money line at home. But again, I'm not going to pick this game. I'm not going to bet this game. I'm staying away from it. But if I had to, I'm going to go with the home team. Can't bet on the Pistons. Definitely not going to bet on the Pistons on the road without their best player. So that's real quick and easy. Next game up, we got the Spurs playing in Atlanta. I'm done with Atlanta. Completely done with Atlanta. I don't care who they play. I don't care if they play the Pistons. Completely done with them. The worst cover team in the season, in the league. They're just really, really bad. The Hawks. So give me the Spurs plus the 7.5. I think it might be plus 8 or plus 8.5 on some other sites, depending on what you're betting on. But give me the Spurs plus the money to beat, maybe even win straight up. But I don't mind the Spurs covering. We know the Hawks can't cover a game to save their life. Give me Wembanyama on the Spurs. This is another game I'm not going to bet. I don't like this game. I think both of these teams are really bad. But if I have to, I'm going to go with the Spurs plus the points. And because the Hawks are just no good. I mean, Atlanta is terrible. They're 3-14 against the spread at home. They don't cover spreads at all. They're 6-15 against the spread on the road. They're 9-29 ATS for the season. Just terrible. So definitely not betting on the Hawks to cover. Maybe the Hawks win the game straight up. Maybe the Spurs cover. Don't care. Not betting it, but I lean towards the Spurs plus the 7.5. Next game up, we got the Warriors playing in Memphis. Everybody seems to be back for the Warriors. Memphis has a injury report longer than a Monday, and no Desmond Bain today. Jaren Jackson is game time decision. No Marcus Smart. No John Morant. Santi Aldama. I mean, this injury report is just ridiculous. Um, Even with this injury report as it is, I actually don't mind the Grizzlies plus the 7.5 at home. I think the Warriors are going to win the game. Warriors money line. But I do think the Grizzlies are going to keep it close. Like, I'm not laying 7.5 with the Warriors. They're just not that good. They haven't been good. They've been in a slump. Players are disgruntled over there. So, not going to lay the 7.5 with the Warriors on the road. I do think the Warriors are going to win the game. I do think Warriors money line, but I do not mind the Grizzlies plus the 7.5 if you are leaning that direction. This game probably won't make it into my final play either. I don't like this game. I don't like how the Warriors have been playing and can't really, who's really there for the Grizzlies. I know they play really tough at home, which is why I don't mind the plus 7.5. They are a different team at home, but there's a lot of injuries for them. So I guess I lean towards the Warriors money line. Or the Grizzlies plus the 7.5. I'm not going to take this game tonight, but that's just my picks, my predictions on that one. Next game up, we got the Chicago Bulls playing in Cleveland against the Cavaliers. The Bulls haven't been really looking that good either, man. They barely covered the other night against the Spurs. It was right down the stretch. They let the Spurs back into that game. They lost the game before that to the Warriors at home. Now they're on the road again. Going to go see Cleveland, where Cleveland plays their best basketball, as we know. Donovan Mitchell and all them guys. I think Evan Mobley and Darius Garland are still out, but they've been balling without them, especially at home. Yeah, Darius Garland is out. Evan Mobley is still out, and Max Strus is game time decision. Either way, though, it's the Cavs for me today, man. I just don't think the Bulls are that good. They were playing good when Levine was out. They bring Levine back, and I don't know. I think he's a cancer. Call me what you want. Say what you want. They just, I don't know. They haven't been looking good with him out there. They don't look good with him out there. They look better without him out there. And I'm not going to bet on the Bulls to go into Cleveland today and beat Donovan Mitchell. So give me the Cleveland Cavaliers money line today. Next game up, we got the Heat playing the Nets in Brooklyn. Now, usually you guys know I never, ever fade my Miami Heat. Almost never. But we are on a back-to-back, on the back end of a back-to-back. We played last night at home against Charlotte, beat the crap out of them. Now we got to go on the road and go to Brooklyn today. So we are on the road on a back-to-back, on the back end of a back-to-back, traveling. This is tough. So the Nets and the Heat have already played 3 times this season. This is the last time they'll be meeting up. The Heat won the first game 109-105 the Nets won the first game 109-105 in Miami. The Heat won the second game 122-115 in Miami. And the last game, the Nets won in Brooklyn 112-97. They're playing in Brooklyn tonight. Jimmy Butler did travel with the team today. He is game time decision. Jimmy may play. Jaime is out, which he has been playing very, very well for us lately. I like Jaime a lot. In my opinion, he's the 3rd best rookie this season. Kevin Love is game time decision. Jimmy Butler game time decision. Everyone seems to be playing for the Brooklyn Nets. Oh man, this is tough. Everything the Heat fan in me wants to say, let's go with the Heat tonight. But on the back end of a back-to-back, I could see Brooklyn taking this game tonight. Brooklyn has not played good lately. They're 1-5 over the last 5. Not going to make this into my final play. I'm not going to bet this game. I'm not going to bet against my Heat. But if you guys are thinking about taking this game, I think Brooklyn probably gets this one off tonight in Brooklyn. We could bet on Brooklyn at home. We don't bet on Brooklyn on the road ever. If it wasn't a back-to-back for Miami and Jaime was playing and Jimmy is playing, I probably roll with the Heat, but Brooklyn at home, man, they go hard, bro. They're 12-6-1 against the spread at home. Um, Whereas Miami, I think we play our better basketball on the road. No, we're 11-9 on the road against the spread. So I'm gonna give the Heat 2.5. I don't mind the 2.5, but I don't know, man. On a back to back with travel, I hate to say it, but I'm gonna go with the Nets money line tonight. Like I said, probably not gonna make it into my final play. I'm not gonna bet against my Heat, but I do think it is the smart play tonight. The Nets money line. Or you can take the Heat plus a 2.5, maybe tease it, maybe buy a few points, maybe plus 5.5. But ultimately, I think the Nets end up winning this game. I think it's going to be a close game. Nets probably win it by 4 or 5. Um, but I do think ultimately the Nets will pull it off at home tonight. So give me the Nets money line. Next game up, we got the Celtics and the Raptors playing in Toronto. Now, this game here, we know Toronto has been on a road stretch lately. And now they're finally back home where they play their best. They're a 50-50 team against the spread at home. They're 9-9 against the spread at home. And they're 10-10 against the spread on the road. They're a complete 50-50 team when it comes to being against the spread. But we do know that Boston doesn't play their best on the road. They are 7-11-2 against the spread on the road. All of their losses this season have come on the road. The Raptors have looked good since their new addition. They've been balling. They've been keeping games very competitive. And they are at home tonight where they play their best. So, with that being said, I don't know if the Toronto Raptors win this game, but I think the Raptors do cover. I like the Raptors plus a 7.5. I think the Celtics win, Celtics money line, but I don't mind the Raptors to cover the spread. First time they met was in Boston. Boston got the better of them, 117-94. Second time they met in Toronto, and Boston only won by 3, 108-105. Then the last time that they just played was in Boston, and Boston only beat them by 2. It was 120-118. So it's hard to bet against the Celtics. They are the best team in basketball right now, so it is very hard to bet against them. I am going to say Celtics money line, but I don't mind the Raptors plus the 7.5. I do think they keep this game competitive. I do think they keep this game close. 2 of their 3 games that they played this season were a 3-point game, 2-point game. So I do think that the Raptors, and that was before the trade, I believe. So, I mean, there's a possibility the Raptors could possibly win this game today at home with the new trade, looking to bounce back, looking to play some good basketball at home where they play their best. So I guess I lean towards the Raptors plus the 7.5. This is another one. I don't know if it's going to make it into my final play yet. See if there's any injuries. I don't think there are any major ones. Jaylen Brown is a game time decision. I don't know if he plays or not. I guess we'll have to wait till later. And Jakob Poeltl and Otto Porter Jr. are also out for the Toronto Raptors today. So I'm going to end up going Celtics money line or the Raptors plus a 7.5. Probably won't make this into my final play, but I do like the Celtics or the Raptors plus a 7.5. Celtics money line or the Raptors plus a 7.5. I do think the Celtics will win this game, but I think the Raptors will keep it close within the 7.5. So take your pick, whatever you feel more comfortable doing. Next game up, we got the Pacers playing the Utah Jazz in Utah. The Jazz giving up 7.5, and we know the Jazz have been the best home team in the league this year. Utah Jazz are 15-4 against the spread at home. I mean, they're a money-making team at home. They've been a money-making team at home. They are super hot right now, and the Pacers are really hot too. They lost last night to the Denver Nuggets, but it was without Hallie, and they actually put up a game. The Nuggets didn't cover. Pacers have been balling. I think the Jazz win the game tonight. Jazz money line. I don't know if I'm quick to lay 7.5 though with the Jazz tonight. I think the Pacers do keep this game competitive. We saw them keep the game competitive yesterday with the Denver Nuggets, and the Nuggets are a much better team than the Jazz. No Halliburton still, and the Pacers are on the back end of a back-to-back with travel, but they only had to go from Utah to Colorado to Denver, so it's not too bad of a drive. But I'm going to go with the Jazz money line. I can see if you guys want to take the Pacers plus 7.5. I don't mind that at all. I think the Pacers do keep this game close. We saw they only lost by 8 yesterday to the Nuggets in Denver. So I think they can keep this game close. I think the Jazz probably win by maybe 3 or 4 down the stretch. Um, but I do think the Jazz ultimately win at home because we know Jazz Stadium goes crazy. Um, so yeah, that's what I have for that. Jazz money line. Last game of the night, we got the Thunder versus the Lakers in LA. I'm gonna keep this one real quick and easy. There's one injury report for the Thunder, and that is SGA, and obviously he is the biggest factor in this game. And I think that's why the line is the way it is right now. Once he is confirmed to play, I believe this line is going to switch, and um, the Thunder may be favored once he is confirmed to play. If SGA plays, it's Thunder money line all day, or plus the 1.5. But like I said, I think that line is going to change once he is confirmed to play. If SGA is out tonight, I'm going to go with the Lakers at home. Um, there's nothing there for SGA. I mean, SGA is the heart, soul, and everything for that Thunder team. Even though the Thunder do have a lot of good, solid pieces, he is obviously the piece for the Thunder. So give me the Thunder money line tonight as long as SGA is playing. Um, and that's pretty much it, man. That's what I got for you guys today. 11-game slate. Looking to crush it again. We're on a back-to-back sweep. Looking to give you guys a nice win again today. Hopefully you guys tailed me last night. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any updates that I will be posting will be posted on X. Also pay attention to the comments. I will be dropping any updates in the comments. But that's all I got for you guys today. So don't forget to tail me, don't fail me, and let's win tonight.